Hello everyone, we're going to the first match of an Aether Revolt draft. If you think my clothes have changed from the draft portion, you are correct. With Draft Leagues, I actually did this draft about 2 days ago. Also moved where my camera is, as multiple people have pointed out to me that where I've been putting my camera, the face camera on my videos, has been right where my channel icon is, so that's not exactly great for viewing. So I think from now on I'll have it up here. Sort of changed it mid-draft this time around. And yeah, I'll keep this hand. It's reasonable. We can play turn 4 Bastion Inventor without a whole lot of help. So that's pretty good. Alright. We'll play Augmenting Automaton. Have 2 Bastion Inventors in our hand too, which I don't mind. Our Automaton may get shocked or something right away, which is less than ideal, but you know, we can only play a turn 4 Bastion Inventor if our opponent doesn't do anything to either of our permanents, which is possible, but certainly not guaranteed. All right, Speedway Fanatic. Guessing he's probably going to get in there. Does our opponent... No, he decided not to. Does our opponent actually have vehicles is the question. Do I want to attack with my Automaton? Am I willing to trade for a Fanatic? I mean, I am if my opponent has vehicles. So I think I'm going to attack. I mean, worst case, I can still play Bastion and Welder Automaton, I mean. If he decides not to block. Yeah, and he decided not to, which is fine as well. It's kind of a scary chance our opponent goes Renegade Freighter next turn, and we're a couple turns away from being able to deal with that. So, and giving it haste is obviously not good for us. So, let's hope our opponent doesn't play Renegade Freighter this turn. It's kind of the dream play. I've actually never managed to pull it off myself. It doesn't look like our opponent is either. Every time I end up with Speedway Fanatic, I end up with like one vehicle, and they never come into play at the same time. I've given vehicles for Strike in Limited with Gear Shift Ace. I'm happier to pick up Gear Shift Ace in general, though. Okay, that's not a bad draw. We're going to play our Aether Poisoner and just end our turn. And next turn we can play Bastion Inventor or Daring Demolition if we have to. Yeah, I don't really feel like attacking. I may block with my Welder Automaton on the Night Market Guard if it attacks me, though. Good chance our opponent's in a vehicle-y deck, though. Night Market Guard, there's not really a good reason to play him unless you're running the 6 mana, or it's not 6 mana, 4 mana 6/6 vehicle with Crew 3, as well as the other vehicles with Crew 3. It may be about what we're about to see. No, just Maulfist Revolutionary. Less than ideal, but not as scary as what I was expecting. Yeah, I would block Night Market Guard if it attacked me right here, because I can still play Bastion Inventor next turn either way. All right. Well, leaving the dust isn't bad. Do I attack with my Aether Poisoner? I don't think I do. I think I'd rather have it trade for something a little more relevant. So instead, I'm going to leave it back. Because if I attack with it, my opponent probably trades one of his X1s for it, which is less than ideal. And we have the mana to play a Bastion Inventor anyway, so we'll just do that and end our turn. So we've got a couple ways of interacting with our opponent's board, which is good. Oh, that was some hangers. My cat's over here on the chair next to me, and I was trying to pet her, but hit some hangers. She's not a fan of Magic Online, my cat, as I'm sure you're aware. Yeah. Interesting. So I think I'm just gonna take it. Yeah, I'll just take 5. I'm down. I'm down for 5 damage. If I can make a servo, obviously he can trade with either of them. And we're probably going to be able to kill whatever he plays. Okay, well. Don't want to kill that as much as I want to kill Maulfist Revolutionary. My opponent has energy now that they can multiply. But yeah, I'd like to avoid Pima Aether Seer's nonsense. So maybe I should kill it instead. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to go Daring Demolition. Kill the Aether Seer. Then I'm going to attack with my Inventor and my Poisoner. Opponent may have the spell to give his dude hexproof. Now, it doesn't look like it. He may just be planning on saving it to use on my Bastion Inventor, though, which wouldn't be awesome, but at least we have another one. We're also going to get a servo here to effectively block these guys. Nope, opponent just takes 5. So we can kind of ride key to the city to victory eventually, but we do need to sort of stabilize a little better. So probably have to play my other Bastion Inventor first, but it can really get you there between making. Right now, I guess it would make my Bastion Inventor unblockable every turn. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. All right. I'm going to block the guard with my servo and take 5. Hold on to the other guys. Drops me to 8. Opponent could have a trick, but it doesn't really blow me out in any big way if he does. I mean, I'm blocking with the servo. Yeah, he does have a trick. He will save his dude, get in for 5, and pass the turn, huh? Okay. Well, thinking about attacking with just my small guys here, leaving back Bastion Inventor. But I could also play... No, I can't quite do that. I was thinking I could play Key to the City and Bastion Inventor, but I can't. So my opponent can swing back at me for 8 without any help, but I also have Leave in the Dust, so maybe it's worth it for me to just swing for 8 here. It might be. And hold up Leave in the Dust. I'll probably leave my Poisoner back. But I think I'm going to attack with everything else. And then leave in the Dust. Or is it better to just play Bastion Inventor number 2? Yeah, it probably is, actually. Yeah, I'll probably attack with Bastion Inventor. And then play the other Bastion Inventor instead. That seems a little better. The hexproof is obviously kind of a big deal. Drop their opponent to 10. And then we're going to play the other Bastion Inventor. So we can play Key to the City sort of as a surprise to make it so the race goes in our favor in the end, which is pretty nice. I may also have to block with my Inventor here. It is a possibility. Okay, Tiger's great to bounce, so I'm not too concerned about it. If my opponent stays aggressive here, I was going to say, if he stays aggressive here, we're actually in pretty good shape. Okay. Not leaving up mana for Leave in the Dust is like asking for trouble right now. So that's a little scary for me to do. I mean, playing because the Tiger can just hit us so hard. I mean, I could play Key to the City. I could also just Leave in the Dust the Tiger, I guess. That's actually reasonable. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'm just going to Leave in the Dust the Tiger. Okay, that should make things better for our hand. That's just filled with what it's filled with. And then we're going to attack with both Bastion Inventors. I guess maybe it would have been better to bounce the Tiger on my opponent's turn, but now he doesn't really have good blocks. He has to give up 2 creatures. Okay, so him going to 2 here is big because we have Key to the City in our hand. All we have to do is play it, give something with at least 2 power unblockable, and we'll win next turn. We know our opponent has Riparian Tiger, so I'm not super worried. He does have a dude with Trample, so if he has a really powerful trick, it could really mess us up here. We'll just have to see what happens. If he just plays a Tiger, we're not really... Yeah, we're fine with that. We're fine with the Tiger. Opponent has a ton of energy, but... Alright, so we're just going to go... yeah. We don't need to show him we have these other things we have in our hand. There's no reason to give our opponent that information. So we're going to play Key to the City. Giving a Bastion Inventor hexproof is messed up, because sometimes you can kill the thing afterwards, but... So we're going to make Bastion Inventor unblockable. Discard a land. Yeah, and we got there. Prophetic Prism, I guess, could have helped us kill our opponent too, but yeah, Key to the City's messed up there because it looked like our opponent could race us, but we knew we had Key to the City all along, so it was very hard for him to. There's our Iron Tread Crusher. I'm sure our opponent has one, we just didn't see it. We just didn't end up with enough guys to crew it, right? That's what happened. See, I, again, drafted this a couple days ago. I remember not playing it, and yeah, I guess that's why. We don't have a ton of good ways of crewing it. We might have enough, but I don't think we need it. We also have, yeah, we're splashing Release the Gremlins. That's right. That's right. Okay. All right, on to the next one. I don't think we really bring anything in. We don't have anything especially useful here. Trade Winds isn't bad in general when our opponent's like tapping out and playing Riparian Tigers. That's why Leaving the Dust was so good. But it's not great. And yeah, we don't want any of that stuff either. Sideboard is not great in general. That double Bastion Inventor hand led us to victory there. This is a pretty good one too. We did get both our guys who need red mana. They don't need it. So if they did, we wouldn't keep this hand. We can play a fairly early Fenhauler. Hey, there's Key to the City too. Key to the City on Fenhauler's messed up too. Speedway Fanatic. Again. Yeah, he's going to get in for more damage this time because my opponent's on the play, basically. I think I just play the Monitor next. Yeah, I go Monitor and then Midnight Entourage. That seems fine. All right. I don't know. I may end up having to block something. Does mean a slower Fenhauler, but we still have Key to the City, and we have Midnight Entourage to play next turn anyway. So I don't think that's too terrible. I guess I'll block with my Automaton before I'd block with the Monitor. Narnum Cobra, okay. Midnight Entourage can block. I definitely want to kill the Guard because the Midnight Entourage can block everything else easily. So yeah, we'll block Night Market Guard here with our Welder Automaton. Go to 14. All right, Foundry Inspector is going to be nice too. Next turn we can play Foundry Inspector and Key to the City and set up a relatively early Fenhauler. Not as early as is ideal, but early. So play this Midnight Entourage into our turn. But, I mean, and then we're going to have Key to the City ready to roll, so darn it. Gave his guy Death Touch. Didn't have it because he didn't have the green, but he drew it. I mean, I think I block Speedway Fanatic if he attacks with my Entourage because if my opponent uses a trick, you know, I get to draw a card off my Midnight Entourage anyway, so it's basically still a 1-for-1. And it's sort of like a 1-for-0 almost. I mean, my opponent eliminates a card by using a card, but that card replaces itself. Now, granted, my board won't be as good, but that's okay. Okay, that thing again. Luckily, he gets 3 energy. The ability costs 3 energy. So they can make one of my creatures block, but which I guess is pretty good against Narnum Cobra. So there's that. Yeah. So I want to play this land. Then I'm going to play Foundry Inspector. Then I'm going to play Key to the City. And then I'm going to make Weld Fast Monitor unblockable, discard this land, and attack with my monitor. So what we need to do is find a way to get rid of this Narnum Cobra because it's going to just kill our Fenhauler. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We still have other board going on where we can draw cards off Key to the City. Yeah, he's going to make my Aetherborn die here, but I'm pretty okay with that. For reasons I've already mentioned. Ooh, less okay with that. So he's just going to run it over. Okay. Well, I can still... okay. Interesting. It doesn't have to block the Speedway Fanatic. So I'm leaning towards doing this. And that still means I can play my Fenhauler. So yeah, I'm going to block both of those and kill them, or try to. I take 6. I'll kind of take 7. Because I have to take a damage from my Midnight Entourage, but I get to draw a card too. So, and I can still play my Fenhauler right now. So I'm okay with this board situation. I don't want to use Key to the City to draw a card though, because do I? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? No. We want to be able to play our Fenhauler right here. Well, there we go. All right. So we only have to tap our Key to the City, which still means we get to untap it next turn, and we will draw the card off it next turn. I'm going to attack with my monitor here. Drop our opponent to 14, and then I'm going to cast Fenhauler. So we have 5 unblockable damage every turn if that's what we want to do. Definitely going to draw the cards in our upkeep. We have a ton of mana. Malphus Doorbuster. Yeah, that's scary. We're going to have to be a little more conservative. Our life is low enough. Let's try to draw some removal or something. So yeah, we're going to pay 2 mana to draw a card. Okay. All right. He's going to make my Fenhauler unable to block most likely anyway. So I think I'm going to attack with it without making it unblockable. Yeah. That's the plan. And then I'm going to play all the cards in my hand, I think. Including the land. So then we can pump Augmenting Automaton, and it can kill Malphus Doorbuster in combat. So can the Siphoner. They all can, I guess. So yeah, we're going to attack with Fenhauler here. Not going to make him unblockable. If opponent wanted to double block and kill it at this point, we would be okay with it. So this Doorbuster is scary. So I'm going to play Augmenting Automaton and Glint Sleeve Siphoner, which give us some energy. We have to get to 2 energy, yeah, to draw cards. We have our opponent on a pretty short clock, but all it takes is him playing one really big creature, which he can do in his colors, and that he can kill us before we can kill him. Thanks to Malphus Doorbuster. Oh, that's bad. He can give it haste, too. Brutal. Brutal. Okay. Yeah, he's going to crew it, give it haste, gain life. We basically have to draw Daring Demolition or we're dead. Well, maybe not quite. Opponent can't be too aggressive here because we can swing for 5 unblockable plus Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Yeah, he's actually not going to attack. He realized that He could, I guess gaining the life would have been enough. I think he actually screwed up. He meant to crew his Aether Sphere Harvester and did not, which worked for me. Because that would have been a problem. It still is a problem, but now we have a lot more time on our hands. Yeah, you don't think you want to attack with anything. Yeah, I think he meant to crew and he didn't do it right, so that sucks for our opponent. Might be, I mean, our opponent's playing pretty, maybe his first time playing with vehicles on Magic Online, because as I say, our opponent's playing fast enough that I don't think this is his first time on Magic Online, but, yeah, we don't have any way to tap that. I kind of forgot about that, so I can't draw my extra card. Probably should have discarded my land instead of playing it, I guess. Although playing the land made things a lot better for us than they would have otherwise been. Okay. If I make this unblockable, it can get in for a bunch, but not enough. Okay, so I think I swing with Fenhauler and then play Bastion Inventor, who can't be targeted by Malphus Doorbuster's ability. Yeah. I could attack with the Siphoner, because it will kill something. It'll take something with it. And I'll get the energy to draw a card on my upkeep. That's not a bad plan. Yeah, let's do that. Thanks to the Menace. If he kills it, obviously I won't draw the card, but if he kills it, that means I killed one of his creatures who could crew his vehicle, so... well, I can even attack with my Automaton. I can make it so big, but I don't think we do yet. That's probably something we'll want to do next turn, though. So we'll get this energy... We can tap our key this time thanks to Bastion Inventor, so we have that going for us. Aether Sphere Harvester can't block Fenhauler, but he could use it to block Glensleeve Siphoner, but he has to give up his Speedway Fanatic if he does that. So, yeah, he's going to give his dude Lifelink too, which is obnoxious. But hey, that's okay. I don't think he realized that he has to double block. Oh, no, he did. Okay, yeah. Well, we're going to kill the Speedway Fanatic. Opponent goes to 7. We're going to cast Bastion Inventor. I need to leave the blocker. So, yeah. I guess I didn't need to because of Bastion Inventor plus our opponent. Opponent has to play another creature to crew the Harvester, which it looks like he's doing, unfortunately for us. High Spire Artisan, okay. Make a servo crew, perhaps. Opponent has a ton of energy for the lifelink part, and that's bad for us. We really need to draw our demolition, daring demolition, or I don't think we can win this race. Opponent can go to 10 right now, so if opponent's reluctant to attack again, we could have a chance because, yeah, he's not though. He's going to attack me this time. Drop us to 4. It will take a little while for him to kill us, is the good news. But he's going to drop us to 4 and he's going to go to 10, so part's not so good for us. Okay, so we're going to draw the card. We need it. We need the card. That is not Daring Demolition. Okay. I can swing for 8. Let's see. If I attack with everything, make Fenhauler unblockable. Nah, yeah, that won't do enough. I am going to make something unblockable, mostly just because I want to draw a card. I'm going to play Alley Strangler because he complicates blocking too. So I am going to make Fenhauler unblockable. I think I leave Bastion Inventor in case he plays something with haste because of Malphus Doorbuster. So yeah, I'm going to discard my Renegade map. Could have gotten me red mana, I guess. That was like our only way to get it other than just drawing it, but it's not that exciting. Shoot, do I just attack with all 3 of these? I think I do. Although then if my opponent plays a creature who can crew, we're just dead, but our opponent has to block. But he doesn't have to block with Malphus Doorbuster. So, yeah, I don't think I can attack with all of them. However, I think we can attack with these 2. Yeah. But we are, we're on thin ice here. We're very close to dying, depending on what our opponent has in their hand. Okay, they're going to go to 5. We luckily have another creature we can play, which we will. And he has another evasive ability, so that's good. The menace that we have is good. Okay, opponent's going to crew. They may just have a trick to kill us here, so that would be unfortunate, but it is possible. And we know our opponent has tricks, so... Yeah, looks like he's got it. Yep. All right. Well, that Aether Sphere Harvester is a hard card to beat. Does that make me want to bring in, like, Dispersal Technician when I've seen an Aether Sphere Harvester? It probably makes me want to bring in Ceremonious Rejection. Although, probably not. It is kind of cheap if it were a more expensive artifact. Maybe Foundry Hornet? I don't have anything that blocks it well, though. Experimental Aviator would have been nice. Oh, Release the Gremlins would have been nice, except we didn't have our red. So, maybe not so nice. Yeah, I mean, we have Rejection and Trade Winds, which are both fine against it, but not great. And we didn't see enough other targets for Rejection. So, yeah, I don't think we change anything. Gluttonous Crane would have been nice. We do have flyers. Where were they? Oh, that's a good hand. We don't have anything to improvise into, but we have a lot of that, so there's a good chance we draw it. And we do have Daring Demolition this time to answer the Aether Sphere if we see it, so that's good news too. We can also get our red mana, which we'll probably do at some point or another. Might also end up needing to search for a second black, unfortunately, but hopefully not. Hey, the old 2-drop on turn 2, but we can play him next turn, actually, so shouldn't complain too much. I don't have anything else to do next turn. I'm leaving the map in play for now. I may change my mind. Ooh, there's Resourceful Return. So I think I attack here. If my opponent decides to trade, I get to keep a servo, so I feel like I come out ahead in that trade, and the servo can block Welder Automaton too, so... My opponent's just left with, like, crap decisions there. Yeah. All right. So, I'm going to play Augmenting Automaton in my turn. I'm going to see if I need to crack the map for double black before I do it. Scrounging Bandar, huh? It's obnoxious. So, let's see if we draw a swamp. If we don't, I may crack my map for a swamp, which is kind of sad, but got to do what you got to do sometimes, because I'd like to be able to play my Midnight Entourage here, obviously. We did not. We can just play this, though, and I think that's just what we do now. We can do it if we crack it for a land, too, though, so I think we do both, because then we have 4, yeah. So, yeah, I think we search for our swamp, sadly, just because we really need to hit another swamp and then play Bastion Inventor. I'm going to attack with my Poisoner first. I'm happy to trade for either of those cards. And I'm also happy to get in for one. So, yeah, we'll crack the map. Grab a swamp. Play the swamp. And then play a turn for Bastion Inventor. Which is always good, but if you're stuck on 2 lands, it's really good. Does our opponent actually move the counters there so that it can fight with my inventor? No. Yeah, our opponent got mana screwed there, and we got a good start. So game 3 wasn't much of one. Our first 2 games were interesting, though. So I'll see you guys in the next match.